they're both about form and function, right? So whether you're doing a wedding dress or you're doing someone's home, either way, they have to be able to move in or around it with ease and comfort, and yet look stylish, right? So I think that's one parallel. Another is I happen to like high-end products, so there's a certain feel, certain hand to the fabrics that you touch and you select, and you have to know that, right? You have to be able to tell the difference, So that's the same in both industries. It's important to get the measurements right in both industries, right? I'll tell you the one part that I found a little more stressful in the fashion industry, because I was doing bridal than I do in our industry, is if you messed up their wedding dress, that was it. You had one shot. Like, it's the day of, that's the performance, or, for lack of a better word. So you're screwed if you mess it up. At least in the interior design world, if you make a mistake somewhere along the way, you can correct it. I'll start off with something simple, like have this little intake sheet, right? And it's 2 pages long, and no, actually it's 3 pages long. But I'll sit there and fill it out with the client. And sometimes I say, these questions may seem a little odd to you, or maybe you may feel too personal. Like, why does she need to know this when she's just, designing my home or whatever? But it gives me a feel for your personality, for the way that you live, and more importantly, the way that you want to live. Another thing that I do sometimes is I take scents. So I have these like essential oils. I have a few different packets. This is just one. And part of their visual identity, that's another question on the sheet. What scents do you like? And can you describe them? How do you feel when you smell them, or whatever? Because we have 5 senses and everything is interrelated. There's a reason why we like, citrusy, clean, and then want like a transitional towards modern vibe. You know what I mean? So they all correlate. Oftentimes from those questions, I create a board like this. So it's I do it on computer. It's very time consuming because I'm not a techie person. So I hope to get better at that. But I think it's important because in this little, visual thing, this really gets them going, and they could start. Can you see it? Well, they could start this prospect. I find it very helpful, and especially for the people who don't know what they really want. Like, some people are like, oh, I know exactly what I want. This is the look I want, or whatever. And that's great. And others struggle with it, or they don't know how to really describe it or whatever. So I'm pulling from them, from the questionnaire, right? And then I put it all together in a visual way so that they could be like, yeah, that's it. Or no, you couldn't be more off. These are our homes, right? What's more personal than that? Or in the past, it was our wedding dress, the thing that the girl usually has been thinking about since she was 5 years old, So you got to make sure you get these things right. This whole visual identity, right? I can bring it into other areas of their life, like beyond just like the walls and the interior furnishings and stuff like that. I could really bring it into the way that they live. I just keep this small, but I love the idea of it because it's a way of just letting it really be their lifestyle, right? So the home that we created together, that's all about them. And now we're introducing it when they're entertaining their guests and stuff with their new beautiful flatware, stemware, or whatever. I always have a hard time when people say, what is your style? Because again, I'm not designing for me, I'm designing for them. So my style is what the best of whatever they like. Jane, it is spot on. I can watch that movie over and over again and laugh every time because I feel like I'm watching my own family.